What's going on, y'all? It's Greg said it. Back with a inspiration, motivation, Memorial Day edition. It's a wonderful day. The weather is nice. Not quite a breeze, but not quite too hot. But man, you can see it coming real soon. As that heat kick in, it's gonna be real humid. Here, I'm out here in Gwinnett County. Out here, what is it, Loganville, Georgia, hanging out. And I just wanted to get with you all. We had a nice live earlier today. We had a conversation about Colorado and, some of the forgotten ones that we've seen overlooked. A lot of times people say, oh, Colorado doesn't have this, Colorado doesn't have that. Even the fans tend to forget that Colorado has a lot of pieces that stayed and we also brought in. But we've brought in so many people, it's kind of like it overshadowed what we've already had. We've got a lot of good pieces in the secondary, had a lot of good pieces come in on both sides of the ball, offensive line. Just brought in some more pieces, defensive line brought in some pieces. And, everybody know about their receiver room and, the new running back we just brought in from Arkansas. And it's like, man, people tend to just overlook those things, or maybe they didn't know. Because, everybody don't follow Colorado like us. We talked about that earlier today. Everybody don't follow Colorado like we do. They don't know what we know. We can't expect that. That's unrealistic for them, Some people just gonna have to learn the hard way that Colorado is not what you think it is. But with that, it reminds me of something important. When you're trying to make it in life, sometimes people just not gonna give you the credit you deserve. I noticed that with Coach Prime, a lot of people don't really want to give him his due credit. They can spotlight anything he do wrong and they're gonna elevate it and make it just way bigger than what it is. But anything that he do good, they minimize it. They really don't want to give him credit. And it kind of reminds me of something. When you're dealing with people, especially people like that, who are showing you that they have a tendency to overlook what you do because their motive is different. They don't really want to give you credit. They don't really want to acknowledge you. They're showing you that. They're not being genuine. What you find is you got to do stuff for you. You got to do things that make you happy, or you also got to do things, you got to acknowledge yourself, and you got to do it with the right motivation behind it. And it can't be people. You got to do your best because that's your goal. That's your ambition. You can't look for other people to give you applause and acknowledgement, especially when they show you they're not really for you. Everything you do, it's not good enough. If you do something great, it's not that great. They cheer against you. They look for your downfall. That's what Coach Prime's going through. If he win all these games, they're just going to say, oh, he didn't play nobody. Oh, they just acquired talent. Oh, it was luck. Everything that he could do at this point is just going to be considered something that he just so happened to do. Or maybe they'll give credit to his new OC. Maybe they'll give credit to his new DC. Maybe they'll just say, hey, the other team made a mistake. The goalpost is definitely going to move. People will move the goalposts on you. And, certain people, it's clear they're going to move the goalposts on. He just happened to be one of them. So what that means, you really got to be a person who's self-motivated, self-driven. You can't look for trophies. You can't look for accolades. Some people just got it that way. That's their life. I always try to wonder, what is it that he did? Maybe he's just too much of a trailblazer. Maybe he's too confrontational or controversial. Maybe he's too loud. Maybe he points out too many things that most people don't want to acknowledge. It could be a lot of things. Some people say it's race. Okay, congratulations, you got race in there too. Some people get really excited about this race, and that's all they know. Yeah, it could be race for 5%, 10%, 20%, or maybe 50%. But clearly it ain't just that, because his own people go up against him. Regardless of why they're doing it, we know it's happening. We know that they changed the plane when he get on it. The goalposts move. The rules change. It's a lot of hypocrisy. And when you're in that situation, you just got to learn to stay focused. You got to learn to keep your eyes on the prize, because They're just not going to respect that. They're just not going to acknowledge that. And that's something that I noticed and I've been talking about. And if you haven't seen it, you pay attention, you'll see it. And I think the closer we get to the season, it's going to be more obvious. I think that they have a bad season, they're going to dog him out, which I don't think going to happen. But he was seeing it last year. That's enough. They just quick to ready to pounce on him. Even though his record was better than the year before, they just really trying to get under his skin. Ooh, you lost. Ooh, you lost. They want to ruffle his feathers. But even if he win, they're not going to let him enjoy that. They're going to come up with all kinds of stories. You see now, they tried to attack Shadur's draft stock. Now with Shiloh, they bringing up an old court case. Whether it's legit or not, they more excited about having something against him to neutralize the things that he's done well. So whatever he do well, they just going to bring up more stuff. You know, whether it's in his personal life or whether it's, God forbid, another player do something. Whatever happens, they're going to find a way to rain on that man parade. So he got to do things for the right reason. He got to do things that doesn't require people to support him. Not on that level, not on a personal level. And whether they acknowledge him or not, he got to find peace. And I think some of us are in that same situation. For whatever reason, you got to find peace with what you're doing. You got to find some gratitude and purpose in what you're doing. Way bigger than any award you can get. Way bigger than what people can say about you. You better not be in that situation, because what if it don't happen? Will you let people make you quit just because they don't want to give you credit? Or do you do it because that's what you're supposed to do, that's what you're meant to do? That's the beauty of purpose. The man say that he wants to do things and he has a reason behind it, and he feels spiritually or religious-wise that he was been called to do it. I would hope that be the case, because that's exactly what he needs. And I think many of us can relate to that. But I'm just Greg. Greg said it. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. And I'll be talking to y'all soon.